Let me ask you something that might make you uncomfortable. How many years have you been telling yourself that someday you'll make that change? That someday you'll start that business, write that book, get in shape, or learn that skill? How many Monday mornings have you promised yourself, this week will be different, only to find yourself in the exact same place the following Sunday? Here's why I'm asking, because I've discovered something profound about human nature. We've all been fed this myth that transformation requires some massive, life-altering event, that success comes from grand gestures, superhuman discipline, or that one lucky break. We think change has to be dramatic to be real. And because we believe this lie, we say stuck. But what if I told you that the most successful people in the world, the ones who truly transform their lives, don't rely on motivation, luck, or perfect circumstances? They rely on something far more powerful and far more accessible: consistency in small things. Let me share what I've learned after decades of studying achievement. The people who genuinely change their lives don't do it through heroic efforts or overnight success. They do it through what I call the compound effect of dedicated time, and the minimum effective dose, just 1 hour a day. Now, I can already hear the objections. Jim, I don't have an extra hour. But let me tell you something. That's exactly what I used to say when I was broke, overweight, and going nowhere. I had time for television. I had time for complaining. I had time for everything except investing in myself. The truth is, we all have the same 24 hours. The CEO of a Fortune 500 company has 24 hours. The single parent working 2 jobs has 24 hours. You have 24 hours. The difference isn't in the time we have, it's in the value we assign to it. Here's what I'm proposing. What if you could take just 1 hour, 4% of your day, and transform it from wasted to invested time? What if that single hour could become the catalyst for the life you've been dreaming about but never thought possible? This isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about finally feeding your potential instead of your problems. It's about choosing growth over comfort, creation over consumption, progress over perfection. And here's the beautiful part. This hour doesn't require special talent. It doesn't require money. It doesn't require permission. All it requires is a decision to value your future more than your temporary comfort. Today, I want to show you exactly how to use this 1 hour to revolutionize your life. Not next year, not next month, but starting today. Because the truth is, a year from now, you'll wish you had started today. So let's begin. So what exactly is 1 hour? Let me tell you what it's not. It's not just 60 minutes ticking by on a clock. It's not another block of time to fill with busyness. 1 hour of focused intention is a power tool for life transformation. It's the space between who you are and who you could become. Think about it this way. 1 hour is 3,600 decisions to keep going instead of giving up. It's 3,600 opportunities to choose growth over comfort. When you dedicate 1 hour daily to your development, you're not just spending time, you're investing in compound interest for your life. Let me share something fascinating. 1 hour represents just 4% of your day. Yet this 4% has the power to influence the other 96%. How? Because what you feed grows. When you feed your mind with knowledge, your creativity expands. When you feed your body with exercise, your energy multiplies. When you feed your spirit with purpose, your entire life elevates. Now here's where most people get confused. They mistake being busy for being productive. Let me tell you about 2 people I know. Both are 40 years old. Both started in the same place. One fills every hour with activity, checking emails, attending meetings, running errands, responding to everyone else's emergencies, always busy, always tired, always behind. The other? She claims 1 hour each morning for herself. No phone, no distractions. She reads, she plans, she exercises her mind and body. The result? In 5 years, she's read over 100 books, built a successful side business, improved her health, and doubled her income. Same amount of time as Miss Busy, completely different results. You see, busy people react to life. Growing people design their life. Busy people let their days happen to them. Growing people happen to their days. Busy people major in minor things. Growing people minor in major things. Here's why most people miss this opportunity. They're waiting for the perfect hour. They want to feel motivated. They want circumstances to be just right. They want guarantees before they begin. But let me tell you something. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Others miss it because they can't see the connection between small daily actions and massive life changes. They think success is about home runs, not base hits. They want the transformation without the daily discipline. But here's the truth. Every massive oak tree started as an acorn that stood its ground. Your daily decisions compound like interest in a bank account. That hour you spend scrolling social media or watching television, that's a withdrawal from your future. That hour you spend reading, learning, creating, that's a deposit. And just like compound interest, the effects aren't visible at first. But give it time, and the difference becomes staggering. Consider this. Reading for 1 hour daily means 365 hours a year. At average reading speed, that's about 36 books annually. In 5 years, you've read 180 books. Do you know what happens when you read 180 books on any subject? You become an expert. You become valuable. You become the person others seek for advice or exercise for 1 hour daily. That's 365 hours of fitness annually. In terms of calories burned and strength built, that's transformative. But more importantly, it's 365 daily victories over laziness. It's 365 proofs that you can commit and follow through. The power isn't just in what you accomplish during that hour. It's in who you become by honoring that commitment. Every day you show up for yourself, you build the muscle of discipline. Every day you choose growth over comfort, you strengthen your character. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. They attempt massive changes, burn out quickly, then conclude change is impossible. But those who understand the power of 1 hour, they make small, consistent investments and watch their lives transform. This hour is your bridge between dreams and reality. It's where someday becomes today. It's where wishes turn into plans and plans turn into achievements. While others are waiting for the right moment, you're creating it. While others are making excuses, you're making progress. Remember, we don't get what we want in life, we get what we consistently do. And it all starts with claiming your hour. Not tomorrow, not Monday, today. Because the cost of not starting is another day living below your potential, and frankly, you can't afford that anymore. Let me tell you about the most expensive hour of your day. It's the first one. Why expensive? Because how you spend that first hour sets the tone for the next 23. Most people don't invest this hour. They give it away. They surrender it to the world before they've even claimed it for themselves. And that, my friends, is one of the costliest mistakes you can make. You see, there are two types of mornings, reactive mornings and intentional mornings. Reactive mornings are what most people experience. The alarm goes off and immediately they reach for their phone. Within seconds, they're drowning in other people's priorities, emails, texts, news, social media. Before they've even gotten out of bed, they've handed control of their mind to everyone except themselves. I call this the phone trap. And it's robbing people blind, not of money, but of something far more valuable, mental clarity and emotional control. When you start your day responding to external demands, you train your brain to be reactive instead of creative. You become a firefighter instead of an architect. You manage problems instead of building dreams. Let me paint you a picture of how this plays out. Sarah wakes up and immediately checks her email. She sees a message from her boss about a problem that needs attention. Now her stress hormones are activated before she's even had her coffee. She scrolls through the news, more problems, more negativity. Then social media, everyone else's highlight reel, making her feel inadequate. By the time she gets out of bed, she's already depleted, anxious, and playing defense with her day. Now let me show you how winners start their day. They understand that the first hour is sacred territory. It's where they build their mental and emotional fortress before facing the world's chaos. They know that you can't pour from an empty cup, so they fill themselves first. Here's how to structure your power hour. 4 simple quarters, each just 15 minutes, but together they create a foundation for extraordinary days. First quarter, reading. But not just any reading, intentional learning. Keep books by your bedside that feed your mind and challenge your thinking. In 15 minutes you can read 5 to 7 pages. That might not sound like much, but that's 1,825 to 2,555 pages a year. That's 10 to 12 powerful books that can reshape your thinking, expand your skills, and accelerate your growth. While others are reading about celebrities' problems, you're discovering solutions to your own. Second quarter, planning. This isn't about making a to-do list, it's about strategic thinking. Ask yourself, what are my 3 most important outcomes for today? What one thing, if accomplished, would make everything else easier or unnecessary? What opportunities might I create today? What problems can I prevent? This 15 minutes of thinking saves hours of wasted effort. It's the difference between being busy and being effective. Third quarter, movement. Your body and mind are connected. When you move your body, you shift your mental state. This doesn't mean you need an intense workout, though. You can if you want. It could be stretching, yoga, a brisk walk, or basic calisthenics. The goal is to awaken your body, increase blood flow to your brain, and generate energy. Physical movement creates mental momentum. When you start your day with activity, you program yourself for action, not procrastination. Fourth quarter, reflection and intention setting. This is where you prepare your mind for victory. Some call it meditation, others call it visualization. I call it mental programming. Spend these 15 minutes getting clear on who you want to be today. Visualize yourself handling challenges with grace. See yourself making progress on your goals. Affirm your values and commitments. Set your intentions not just for what you'll do, but for how you'll show up. This is what I mean by taking back the first hour. Instead of letting the world attack your mind with its urgencies and negativities, you build your mental and emotional strength first. You create what I call a mental fortress, a place of clarity, purpose, and strength from which you can handle whatever the day brings. Think about it. Most people wake up and immediately put themselves on defense. They're reacting to other people's agendas, other people's emergencies, other people's priorities. But when you claim that first hour, you play offense with your life. You set the agenda. You establish the priorities. You choose the mindset. I know what some of you are thinking, but Jim, I have kids to get ready for school, or I have to be at work early. I understand. Life has demands. But here's what I've learned. If you don't prioritize your growth, no one else will. If that means waking up an hour earlier, then that's what leaders do. They pay the price that others won't, so they can live the life that others can't. Remember, this isn't about perfect execution, it's about consistent intention. Some days you might only get 10 minutes of reading or 5 minutes of reflection. That's okay. What matters is that you're establishing the habit of putting yourself first, of investing in your growth before you serve everyone else's needs. This first hour is your launching pad. It's where you build the momentum that carries you through the day. It's where you develop the clarity that helps you make better decisions. It's where you cultivate the energy that allows you to serve others from abundance, not to... The world will always be there with its demands and distractions, but this hour belongs to you. Claim it, protect it, use it wisely, because when you win the first hour, you set yourself up to win the day, and when you win enough days, you win at life. So tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off, remember, you have a choice. You can reach for your phone and let the world dictate your state of mind, or you can reach for your potential and dictate your own terms. The first hour is yours for the taking. What will you do with it? Let me share something that haunts me. A few years ago, I met a man at one of my seminars. He was 72 years old, and he came up to me with tears in his eyes. He said, Jim, I've been listening to you for 30 years. I've attended your seminars, bought your tapes, read your books, but I never did what you said. I never invested that hour. I kept waiting for the right time, and now I realize I've wasted 30 years. That conversation still moves me today because it represents millions of people who know what to do but never do what they know. You see, the cost of letting time slip away isn't measured in hours. It's measured in regrets. It's measured in the books you didn't write, the business you didn't start, the relationships you didn't nurture, the health you didn't build. Every hour you waste is an hour you can't get back, but more importantly, it's an hour of compound interest working against you instead of for you. Let me show you the mathematics of wasted time. If you waste just 1 hour a day, and most people waste far more, that's 365 hours a year over 5 years. That's 125 hours. That's equivalent to 45 40-hour work weeks. Imagine having an extra 45 weeks to work on your dreams, learn new skills, build relationships, or create wealth. That's the real cost, not the time itself, but what that time could have produced. Now let me tell you about Sarah and Michael. They graduated college together, same degree, same opportunities. Sarah decided to wake up an hour early each day to read about her industry and develop new skills. Michael hit the snooze button and spent his evenings watching Netflix. 5 years later, Sarah was promoted 3 times and doubled her salary. Michael was still in the same position, complaining about the same problem. The difference? Sarah invested 1,825 hours in growth. Michael spent those same hours in entertainment. Both made a choice, both got results, but only one liked the results they got. Here's what successful people know that others don't. Time doesn't discriminate. Warren Buffett gets 24 hours. You get 24 hours. The difference is Buffett has been investing his hours wisely for over 70 years. He reads 500 pages a day. That's his investment strategy for knowledge. When asked about the key to his success, he pointed to a stack of books and said, read 500 pages every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. But here's what's really expensive about wasted time. It's not just what you lose, it's what you could have gained. Economists call this opportunity cost. Every hour watching television is an hour not learning. Every hour complaining is an hour not creating. Every hour procrastinating is an hour not progressing. I've met thousands of people in their later years, and you know what they regret? It's never, I wish I had watched more TV. It's never, I wish I had scrolled through more social media. It's always, I wish I had started my business earlier, or I wish I had taken better care of my health, or I wish I had spent more time with my family. The price of comfort is always paid in the currency of regret. Comfort whispers, stay in bed, you deserve it. Comfort says, skip the gym today, you're tired. Comfort suggests, don't read that challenging book. Watch this easy show instead. And millions of people listen to comfort every day, not realizing they're mortgaging their future for temporary ease. But here's the good news. Every day you get a new 24 hours. Every morning you get another chance to choose growth over comfort, investment over entertainment, discipline over ease. The question is, what will you do with today's hours? Because 5 years from now, you'll arrive. The only question is where? Your future self is watching you right now through your daily choices. Make that person proud. Start today. Start now. Because the cost of waiting isn't just time. It's the life you could have lived. The 4 areas of life that change. When you commit to investing 1 hour a day, you don't just change one aspect of your life. You transform 4 fundamental areas that determine your overall quality of life. Let me walk you through each one, show you real transformations, and give you practical actions you can take starting today. Knowledge and skills. First, let's talk about knowledge and skills, the foundation of all opportunity. In today's economy, what you know and what you can do determine what you're worth. 1 hour a day invested in learning can literally change your economic future. Take Marcus, a warehouse worker I met 5 years ago. He decided to spend 1 hour each evening learning web development through free online resources. For the first 6 months, he understood maybe 30% of what he was studying, but he kept showing up. 18 months later, he built his first website. 3 years in, he was freelancing on the side. Today, He runs his own web development agency with 12 employees. His income went from $32,000, 0 cents, to over $250, 0 cents annually. Or consider Linda, a stay-at-home mom who spent 1 hour daily learning digital marketing while her kids napped. She started by reading blogs and watching YouTube tutorials. Within a year, she was managing social media for local businesses. Now she runs a digital marketing consultancy from home, earning more than she did in her previous corporate job. Here's what you can do. Pick one skill that could double your income or impact. Dedicate 45 minutes to learning through books, online courses, or tutorials. Spend 15 minutes applying what you learn. It could be coding, sales, writing, public speaking, or financial analysis. The key is consistency. Remember, expertise isn't about talent, it's about time invested intentionally. Health and energy. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. Without health and energy, all other achievements become meaningless. 1 hour invested in your physical well-being pays dividends in every area of your life. Thank you. Robert, a 45-year-old executive who was 60 pounds overweight, pre-diabetic, and exhausted by 3 p.m. every day. He committed to 1 hour of movement daily, 30 minutes of walking in the morning, 30 minutes of strength training in the evening. No extreme diets, no complicated programs. In 1 year, he lost 55 pounds, reversed his pre-diabetes, and had more energy at 46 than he did at 26. His productivity at work skyrocketed, and he got promoted twice in 18 months. Or Maria, who battled chronic fatigue and depression. She started with just 15 minutes of yoga, 15 minutes of walking, and 30 minutes of meal preparation daily. Within 6 months, her energy transformed. She went from surviving to thriving, from needing naps to training for a marathon. Simple daily actions. Start with 20 minutes of walking. Anyone can walk. Add 20 minutes of basic strength exercises, push-ups, squats, planks. Spend 20 minutes preparing healthy meals for the next day. This isn't about becoming an athlete, it's about becoming energized. Relationships and connections. Your network determines your net worth, but more importantly, your relationships determine your happiness. 1 hour invested in meaningful connections creates a support system that amplifies every other area of your life. Consider James, an introverted engineer who realized his career was stalling because he had no professional network. He committed to spending 1 hour daily on relationship building, 30 minutes reaching out to colleagues and industry professionals, 30 minutes having actual conversations. He didn't network, he connected. He asked about people's challenges, offered help, shared resources. Within 2 years, these connections led to 3 job offers, multiple consulting opportunities, and partnerships that tripled his income. Or Sarah, whose marriage was falling apart. Instead of watching TV after the kids went to bed, she and her husband committed to 1 hour of focused time together. No phones, no distractions. They talked, played games, planned dreams. That daily hour saved their marriage and created a relationship stronger than their honeymoon phase. I want you to spend 20 minutes on writing thoughtful messages to people in your network. Take 20 minutes for a meaningful phone call. Dedicate 20 minutes to being fully present with family. Remember, it's not about quantity of connections, but quality of connection. The clock is ticking. Your hour is waiting, but remember this, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Not intensity, but consistency. Not someday, but today. You see, what separates dreamers from achievers isn't talent, luck, or circumstances. It's the daily decision to show up, to invest in yourself when no one's watching, to choose growth over comfort, 1 hour at a time. Think about where you could be 1 year from now if you start today. The books you'll have read, the skills you'll have developed, the relationships you'll have strengthened, the wealth you'll have built, all from just 1 hour a day. But it starts with a decision to stop waiting for the perfect moment and create it. A decision to stop making excuses and start making progress. A decision to stop living by default and start living by design. Your future isn't determined by your past. It's determined by what you do right now in this moment. And you have everything you need to begin. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not next month, right now. So I leave you with this question. Will you be someone who talks about change or someone who creates it? Will you be someone who wishes things were different or someone who makes them different? The hour that can change your life is waiting. Claim it. Protect it. Use it. Because you're worth it. Your dreams are worth it. Your future is worth it. The choice is yours. The time is now. Your transformation begins with the next 60 minutes.